Welcome back to San Antonio Living. The Rape Crisis Center is here for you in an emergency, but they're also out there in the community educating the public about having a healthy relationship. And that's especially important for young kids in the San Antonio area. Miriam Elizondo is joining us this morning to tell us a little bit more about the different programs that the Rape Crisis Center is offering. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You know, we were talking about the fact I've got kids. This conversation is so important. And you guys are out there offering a special program for teens, young children, and it's all about healthy dating.
Correct. So the Rape Crisis Center, who has been around for 38 years, you know, we're known for serving the community thereafter, after a sexual assault has happened, and we offer wraparound services. But what the community doesn't know is that we're also trying to prevent violence by educating our youth, specifically middle school and high schoolers, on what healthy relationships look like. We don't often have conversations of healthy relationships, and our educators are doing just that.
It's very interesting because kids will see something on television that they think is a healthy relationship, and it is the complete opposite. And you would hope that they could look at their home and say, well, my mom and dad have a healthy relationship, but they don't always have the right place to look. So tell me a little bit about the program that you guys are offering.
So let me tell you a little bit about why the program should exist as well. Last year alone, we saw, you know, over 706 minors at our center who were already victims.
706 minors already victims?
So 34% of our clients last year were minors. The statistics are that 1 in 4 of about 12 to 15-year-olds will experience some form of violence this year, and that's physical violence, sexual violence, verbal, psychological. When you put that into the demographics in San Antonio, that's about 35,000 this year that will experience that form of violence. We got to speak to 3,000 of them last year. 3,000. And in a city this big, where there's about 250,000 youth, we're missing a lot of youth. And those conversations, they are hard to have, but our educators work with these students for about 10 weeks. And they talk about things like healthy relationships, violence in the media, power and control, oppression, equality. Those are conversations that we typically don't have at home. And those students, they have that opportunity to really ask some tough questions.
So how can a parent get their kids involved in a class like this?
Well, that's a really great question. I mean, we really do need the community support to allow us to go into more schools and so that we can provide those opportunities to more youth. And so I think as a parent, being an advocate at your school to really want the Rape Crisis Center to come in and do that type of training, it would be the #1 way.
And I want to let you know that at the bottom of your screen, you're seeing some different class dates, some information about some upcoming events that are happening at the Rape Crisis Center. Of course, you can call the Rape Crisis Center if you need help. And if you need more information about some of the programs they're trying to bring to this community, certainly just ask them, and you will give everybody the information they need to get something going.
Of course. And so, you know, one of the things that we're having and we're hosting, honored to host Mike Domich, who he is actually a secondary survivor. His sister was raped on a college campus. And after that, you know, he really talks about the deep grief that he himself experienced, which shows how critical it is for secondary survivors to receive help, which they can at the Rape Crisis Center. And so he became an advocate for preventing this. He talks about consent, intimacy, healthy relationships, and we're actually having this program and his presentation, Can I Kiss You, on March 31st at Our Lady of the Lake. It's open and free to the public, and it's really appropriate for ages 13 and up. So, you know, bring in your family. And
I want to give everyone the information again because it really is important to get the conversation going, and there are a lot of different events that you can take your kids to. Find them on the website, rapecrisis.com, and call the number 521-7273 for more information. Again, 521-7273. Up next is what